Today we have Mr. Deepankar Bhattacharya, 2 times Olympian and 3 times national champion amongst us. Sir, after winning the title in the World Badminton Championship in August, PV Sindhu hasn't done well in subsequent tournaments. Any reasons?
Well, at the very high level of badminton, or for that matter any sport, you know, to keep your peak performance for a longer duration is very difficult. So, a player's performance follows a particular trajectory. It gradually goes up and it reaches the peak, and then it goes down, and then they train and then come back for another tournament where they peak once again. So the timing of the tournament matters, and the importance given to that particular tournament by the player matters. So I feel that World Championship being the most important tournament, Sindhu gave it all for that tournament, and thereafter it is not possible for any sports person to keep up the same level of performance in subsequent tournaments. So we will see her bounce back sooner. Another aspect I would like to add here is that it is basically psychological. Probably she was very, she got very attached to her South Korean coach who helped her win the world title. So after her departure from India, probably Sindhu is a little upset, which may be showing in her performance. So I'm sure with the kind of determination and with the kind of fitness Sindhu has, she will definitely bounce back.
Moving on. 5 titles in 2019: Sarlux Open, Scottish Open, Dutch Open, Bangladesh International, Belgian International. How promising is the 18-year-old Lakshya Sen?
Lakshya Sen is very, he has a very good potential. He is very, very promising. He is presently coaching at Prakash Padukone Badminton Academy, and under the mentorship of the former legend Morten Frost Hansen. I am sure he is going to do very well in the near future. He has done well recently in various tournaments, and I am sure he is going to do well in the coming future.
After Sindhu and Saina, there is a huge gap in standards of the Indian women's rank in the international arena. Do you agree to that?
Yes, there is. I think this kind of phase is there in most of the countries. If you look at China, at one point of time they had 3 or 4 very good players. During the London Olympics, they had, I think, 3 very good players at the top 10. And I think every country goes through that kind of a phase. So India probably is going through that kind of a phase where we have 2 superstars at the very high level, and definitely we have a bunch of youngsters who are going to make it big in the near future. So it is only a matter of time when the next group of players will take over, and I am sure Gopi is taking care of that.
Well, what are your views on the Indian doubles contingent?
Indian doubles team of Satvik and his partner has done well recently, and they are really playing at a very high level. They are world class, and of course we do not have specialized doubles training in our country as of now. Although Gopi has hired an Indonesian coach to take care of the doubles recently. So I am sure with as time goes, our doubles players will come of age and they will start performing at the international level.
Moving on to the memories. What are the memories that you still have when you represented India in the two Olympics, 1992 and 1996. In 1992, Indonesia won both the men's and women's singles, Alan Budi Kusuma and Susi Susanti, while in 1996, in the men's singles, the Dane Larsen, who won the women's crown, went to South Korea.
My two Olympics, the most memorable aspect of my badminton playing career, 1992 Barcelona and 1996 Atlanta. So 1992, as far as my performance goes, so I played the legendary Zhao Jianhua in the pre-quarterfinals. So that was very memorable. And having watched both Alan Budi Kusuma and Susi Susanti win the respective gold medals in the men's singles and the women's singles was very memorable as well. Both of them are legends, Alan Budi and Susi Susanti. So they made history being the only couple to have won the Olympic gold medal so far in badminton. So it's a great moment. Atlanta again, Paul-Erik Larsen, who is presently the president of Badminton World Federation, and the Korean Bang Soo-hyun, who won the gold medal. So it's very memorable when I recollect those moments. Being there, having seen them win those titles, it's actually very memorable.
Sir, how was it playing against Gopi Chand in the Senior National Championship in 1996? You lost to him and Gopi went to win the title.
Well, there is a slight correction over there. 1996, actually the calendar is, the national championship is held in the months of January or February. So 1996 Nationals was held in Bharuch in the month of end of January or February. So I would call it 1996, which I won, and in 1997 Pune Nationals, which was again held in the month of February, which I lost. So yes, my national titles were in the years 1994 Lucknow, 1995 Patiala, and 1996 Bharuch in Gujarat, and in 1997 Pune Nationals. 1996 again I beat Gopi Chand in the final, and 1997 Pune I lost to him in the final. So yes, we had very good rivalry, and it was Gopi which always kept me on my toes to perform my best, to train harder. When I see, because both of us were training at the Prakash Academy, Prakash Padukone Badminton Academy in Bangalore. So when he used to play a little bit more than I did, so I used to be very restless. So next day I would compensate and play a little bit more than him and train a little bit more than him. So I used to be always on my toes, and I'm sure that it is same with Gopi Chand as well. So both of us, it's what happened. This is what happens in severe rivalry. So there was a severe rivalry between the two of us, and I think both of us benefited from this rivalry. And I had some very good matches against Gopi, and some I won and some he won. So yeah, I think rivalry, healthy rivalries are always good, and it helps us to remain on our toes and to perform better. So that way I cherish my rivalry with Gopi Chand.
How was it spending 4 years in Prakash Padukone Academy in Bangalore?
Those were the best years of my life, I would say. Prior to having been in the academy, I think it was 1994 when I went to the Badminton Academy in Bangalore. Prior to that, the training was mostly haphazard. We used to have these national camps, so I used to go and train in the national camps, and then go back home and train on my own. But when I went to Bangalore and stayed at the academy, so there was a continuous training going on court under the guidance of Prakash sir and Vimal sir, and on the ground Mr. Vidu, who is a very experienced and a Dronacharya award winner athletics coach. So the training was very intense, and there was continuous training, and there was definitely a very big improvement in my game. And it is after going to the academy that I won my first national title in Lucknow in the year 1994. So yes, it was a very memorable stint. Those 4 years were very memorable for me at the Badminton Academy in Bangalore.
Do you see changes in badminton after the pandemic is over, or even when competition resumes? Would you see changes in the structure, like less fans and players not shaking hands at all?
Yeah, I mean, I have my academy here in Navi Mumbai. So it was when the orders came that the club and all the sports facilities will be shut, and we had to close down the academy. It was a big blow to us, because after the examinations of all the children in the month of March and the first week of April, we were planning to actually start vigorous coaching in April, May and June, because from June onwards we were looking forward to the state championships, and then of course the rankings and the national championship. So everything went haywire, and all the plans and programs were shattered. Some of these children, those who are in the age group, those who play in the age group events, like under 13, under 15, under 17, so most of them will lose their years, and it is very disappointing, but can't help it. It is true for everyone, so we have to accept the situation. As far as badminton after the pandemic is over, definitely there will be people, social distancing has to be maintained, there will be fewer number of tournaments, and like I feel, now we see 500, 600 entries in a particular tournament. I think Badminton Association of India is going to cut down on the number of entries. Probably they are going to have qualifying tournaments separately and the main tournament separately, where there will be less congregation of players for those tournaments. So I'm sure there will be change in formats, and of course social distancing and shaking of hands. I think people will be very, very careful about all those aspects. There is going to be a change after the pandemic.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.